online. Crew. Dax. My crew is gone. Tenno. You will do. Awaiting dry dock integration. Tenno, I am Cephalon Psi. You will refer to me as such. The sentient threat has learned from past defeat. Reforming. Rebuilding. We must rebuild to contain that threat. We will reconstruct an old war-era Sigma Series railjack. A railjack requires a viable command cephalon. I am not a viable command cephalon. I will identify a viable replacement. But first, recover the wreckage. Then, assembly. Return to your orbiter. Our enemy rebuilds itself ceaselessly. We must have that railjack. Faint void drive traces in proximity. Locate and mark for recovery. Fuselage. From the Vidar School. Stay in close proximity while I scan it. Perimeter breached. Scan interrupted. We do not have time for this. Scan interrupted. Maintain proximity to objective. Interference drones detected. Scan interrupted. Components aggregator roasted. Something has nested in the fuel intakes. Astroframe integrity 87%. Component viable. Cephalon Ortis. Rendezvous with Tenno at extraction point. Tenno, your assistance is required in the dry dock. I have not seen a railjack in some time. I remember. Orkin outer terminus positions have fallen to the sentient armada. Our orders: behead the fleet. My crew: Sukin, Crody, Zada. There are none finer. We are family. We will stop this war in its tracks. We are the Orkin Empire's best hope. We were. There is work to be done. This fuselage requires repair. Fabrication and restoration commencing. Void contamination points to bleed out from railjack catalytic artery. Locate and assess. Propulsion systems, the most advanced ever produced. Scanner, remain in proximity. Neutralize all hostiles. Perimeter breached. Scan interrupted. We do not have time for this. Have established a dampening field. Eliminate them to resume scan. Return to objective. Perimeter breached. Clear them out to resume scan. Interference drones detected. Scan interrupted. Boom. Drones down. Back to Scan cannot continue until the area of operation is clear. Get on it. Cannot continue until the area of operation is clear. Get on it. Perimeter breached. Scan interrupted. We do not have time for this. Orgone accumulator blown. Etheric condenser vaporized. Viable. Void engines. Void engines. Zada dances our ship through forward lines. Crody identifies and prioritizes targets. Sukin's turrets track and terminate. Our reputation is earned. Our objective, a Turaga-class worm ship. Zada plots an arc. We accelerate. Ancient history. The dead have no needs. The living require that propulsion system. Fabrication and restoration commencing. Railjack nacelle nearby. Locate and assess. Inside Nacelle. Seen better days. Scanning. Eliminate interference. Perimeter reached. Clear them out to resume scan. Interference drones detected. Scan interrupted. Return to objective. Maintain defense. Hold position. Scan cannot continue until the area of operation is clear. Get on it. Interference drones. We have work to do. Drones down. Back to it. Scan interrupted. Hold perimeter. Perimeter breached. Scan interrupted. We do not have time for this.
The sentient has adapted to your damage. Surprise them with something new.
Scan interrupted. Maintain proximity to objective. Scan baffled by interference drones. Destroy them. Back to work. Let us get this over with. Perimeter reached. Clear them out to resume scan. Viable. Tagging for retrieval. Extract. Zada plots a data-gathering lab around the worm ship. Sukin targets exposed launch orifices. Power redirects to the Tunguska capacitor. With a pull of the trigger, we will end this. The moment arrives. The moment arrives. Tenno, my precepts. I am not a viable command cephalon. I will continue my search. Continue repairs. This will take some time. Starboard nacelle located. You need this. Starboard nacelle. Best in class. Scanning. Sight up. Safety's off. Drones have established a dampening field. Eliminate them to resume scan. Drones down. Back to it. Scan baffled by interference drones. Destroy them. Return to objective. Interference drones. We have work to do. Back to work. Let us get this over with. Perimeter breached. Scan interrupted. We do not have time for this. Integral fission tanks ruptured. Otherwise, fine. Cephalon Ortis has been signaled. Proceed to extraction. Precepts. Complete the mission. Preserve the crew. Tunguska capacitor charged. Sukin pulls the trigger. Nothing happens. Zada reports engines offline. Shields offline. Weapons offline. Personal lights flash on as the first missiles hit. I watch as Sukin, along with his gunnery chair, is sucked into the infinite. I watch as the port nacelle detonates. We are spinning. Zada calls for assistance. I am silent. Proteus' attempts to save our engines proves fatal. I watch as he is engulfed in flame. Zada is alone at the helm. She beholds the distant flash of torpedo tubes. She says my name. The viewplate blossoms. She ceases to exist. Reconstruction begins. High probability of railjack tail section nearby. Clear out hostiles and mark for retrieval. Tail section intact. Interference drones detected. Scan interrupted. Scan cannot continue until the area of operation is clear. Get on it. Interference drones. We have work to do. Back to work. Let us get this over with.
Sentient fighters can adapt to your attacks. Hit them with something else.
Scan baffled by interference drones. Destroy them. Return to objective. Scan interrupted. Hold perimeter. Torso stabilizers. Salvageable. Cogitators viable. Marking for recovery. Railjack. Sigma Series. Top of the line. Crew. 4,890 confirmed kills. Complete the mission. Preserve the crew. 13 system-wide errors. There were no errors. There was only me following my orders. In her final moment, I think Zara knew that. Precepts. Complete the mission. Preserve the crew. To complete the mission, the crew must die. To preserve the crew is to fail the mission. The crew exists to complete the mission. Therefore, I completed the mission. Why was I given those orders? Reconstruction begins. Cowling identified. Visual verification required. Move in. Engine cowling. You know what to do. detected. Scan interrupted. Return to objective. Perimeter breached. Scan interrupted. We do not have time for this. Drones have established a dampening field. Eliminate them to resume scan. Back to work. Let us get this over with. Interference drones. We have work to do. Drones down. Back to it. Scan cannot continue until the area of operation is clear. Get on it.
It has developed immunity to your attacks. Try something different.
Structural integrity within required tolerances. Marking for recovery. Cephalon Ortis. Time for pickup. All known cephalons surveyed. None conform to tactical parameters. None possess necessary astrogation poetics. None possess a comprehensive warfighting database. Viable cephalons. Nil. Reconstruction begins. Understood. I will begin the process of integrating myself with the ship's systems. This may take some time. Commencing. You may now enter your railjack. Welcome to the Railjack. A living thing. A home. And a weapon. Your home. Your weapon. Aboard this vessel, we work before we play. All systems integrated. Reactor still offline. This ship needs power. I search for what is missing. The harder I look, the less I see. Tenno, be my eyes. Where the negative resides, my mind is dissonance. All I know is, Lua, will you go? The Railjack will be waiting. Where the negative resides, my mind is dissonance. All I know is, Lua, will you go? Nav is ready for coordinates. I urge, Lua, Lua. I behold nothingness. You are in the right place. Something has occurred. The periphery of absence. I felt it tremble. A desire to be filled. To be known. You hold a key. Return to the orbiter. I believe you have found my answer. We are close to resolution. I can feel it.
Another job well executed.
Take what you have found to that which I cannot find. The negative will be proven. My end shall be at an end. Begin our beginning. Something moves. An infinite zero. Impossible. Perception failure. Recalibrating. Crew. A color you have never seen. Imagine it. That is where you are. Paradox. You behold an absence. Describe it. Attempting to perceive. Cognition algorithms fail to prove a negative. Something touches me. Impossible. Attempting to perceive. Cognition algorithms fail to prove a negative. Something touches. Impossible.